I'm here with Sean, Passport Graffiti.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey man, I just ran into you.
Yeah.
You with your drone.
Yep.
Got Mr. Gadgets over here. You have like...
all the things.
Yeah, man. How long you been in Medellín for?
So I've been living in Medellín now. This is my end of my second year, going into my third year.
Uh-huh. It seems like you have a lot of knowledge about the city and about traveling in general. Where are you from originally?
Originally from San Francisco, California, but did a lot of traveling and moving around. Went from San Francisco down to LA, then from LA to Miami, and from Miami back down here to now Colombia to Medellín.
Oh wow, you hit all the spots.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to.
I'm gonna guess you're a tech guy?
No, actually not. I actually own an Airbnb business, and I do photography and videography. So that also explains the drone and all the gadgets and everything as well.
Oh, very cool, man. Yeah, you always have a lot of talent. I've seen some of your videos.
Appreciate it.
And it was cool that we ran into each other.
Yeah.
And I want to say you're another person that's making content here that's actually like helpful content. It's content about the city that's actually useful. It's not just like whatever, a bunch of women in Parque Jadis or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was very important when I started my channel to actually, like I told you off camera, essentially make the type of content that I wish I found before I got here, because a lot of times you're looking for information and you just can't find it, and a lot of us turn to YouTube as a source of information. So I thought it was important that, you know, I want to make videos on how to get to the metro cables, or how to get to Tres Cruces, or, you know, stuff like that, how to stay safe, of course, all the general information and videos that everyone makes, but try to cover a little bit more of a wide variety of topics.
Yeah, is there anything that you discovered that you were like really surprised about that people like, you know, didn't know about, and you're like, hey, what about this?
For the most part, you mean viewers or just in general?
In your videos, because you said you wanted to find a lot of knowledge that people didn't know about. Like, was it something
For example, one of the videos I made was about buying a car. That was one that a lot of people were surprised about, because no one's made those type of videos yet here. Generally, you know, as you said, it's videos about Parque Jadis. It's about, you know, just women. It's more so, or hanging out with women. It's nothing about like informational. So the buying car process, I recently made a video about 1 year of car ownership process, you know, things like that. Those have been the videos I've seen most recently that people have been a little bit surprised and kind of thankful for that information.
How was that process, getting a car?
A little bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, I mean, because my Spanish still isn't fluent, I'm probably B2, C1, maybe somewhere around there. But luckily I had a good team of people around me, not necessarily professionals here, but just people I knew, like, you know, say like yourself or other people who would be able to help me with the process. But overall, the most difficult part was just getting the money here. That was it, because as foreigners, we can't really get a loan, you know, so it's everything has to be in cash.
That's cool. I mean, I like to see people like you here, honestly, because you put yourself into society. You're integrated. You're doing things here. You're a successful man. You have you have your business. You have what you're doing, and you're giving back to society. You're contributing, and so that's like the type of people I want to see in Medellín. To be honest with you, I've been here for 8.5 years now, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. You know what I mean? And so it's really good to see someone creating content. You know, incorporating themselves into the society. And you're gonna go to Carnival next week, no?
Yeah, so Carnival, if for those of your viewers who don't know, is held in Barranquilla, and it generally is around February 13th to the 16th. I'm only gonna be there to the 15th, but definitely something you need to experience here in Colombia. Now, it's not as big as Rio's Carnival, but it definitely is something special, and, you know, kind of has its own lane. And it is something else to do here in Colombia besides just go to, you know, Cartagena or Medellín or Cali.
Nice. What do you think of the most social places in Medellín?
Most social. Bogota definitely is not going to be on that list.
But in Medellín.
Oh, in Medellín. Excuse me. I thought Colombia here.
Yeah.
Social as in
places to meet people, places to go out, socialize.
So, number one, I dance bachata. So I'm gonna say any kind of place for dance. So you have locations like Dance Free, you have Grand Social, you have Nuevo Guardia, which is in Laureles. You know, I'm dropping those gems to you guys here. Those are 3 great places to be social and meet people. And of course, we're in Latin America. Everyone loves to dance. So it's important you learn. So get into a dance class. You have the Ciclovia on Sundays. You have here, Tres Cruces, where we are today.
Exactly.
You have many, I mean, Honestly, it's Medellín. Everyone's friendly and warm. You can literally talk to anyone, anywhere, and be social. So really the whole city of Medellín, or probably even Antioquia, but those are some of the places I would think more so.
Yeah.
The general places.
And how has your experience been meeting people here?
Both. I would say not bad, but generally I tend to kind of meet more expats, but
Okay.
I haven't had too many issues meeting Colombians as well.
Okay.
It's just, my Spanish is still limited, and as everyone says, guys, learn Spanish. But the most important thing is going to be effort. That is the most important thing, is effort. They respect effort. They respect the fact that you're trying. It doesn't have to be perfect. And even in my videos, I've had people, you know, leave comments and try to tell me my Spanish is trash. And I mean, you have to understand that the most important thing is, with learning anything, is that you have to, one, not be afraid to make mistakes, and two, look stupid. And as long as you're willing to be able to do those two things, you'll be able to learn. And my biggest thing as well here is, don't compare yourself to other people. My first year here, I met people who were almost fluent in like 8 months to a year. And in 8 months, I was nowhere close to fluent. And even now, 2 years in, I'm still nowhere close to fluent. So don't compare yourself to others, but definitely learn Spanish.
Yeah, man. You know, and there's all those haters on YouTube and all those places. I've been dealing with it for years. I started my clothing brand like 8 years ago. Everyone's like, I could start a clothing brand that has Medellín on it. I'm like, okay, come to Medellín, go to El Centro, find the fabrics, start a store in Provenza, start 2 stores in Laureles, get workers, work with health insurance, all this stuff. Okay, if you think it's so easy, go ahead and do it.
And one of the things that a lot of people underestimate, which is a huge accomplishment for you and anyone else who has businesses here, but one thing you don't know and you underestimate is the bureaucracy here is horrible.
That's right.
It's horrible. It's not as easy as it is in the States to just jump online, you know, GoDaddy or whatever it is, make a little website and then sign up for LLC, and that's it. It's much more difficult here. So I commend yourself and other people here who actually have businesses, because it's very, very difficult. It's not easy, one, to be successful in the United States, but let alone come to a whole nother country, learn the language, learn the culture, and have a successful business. So yeah, it's not nothing that's simple.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you. Now, this isn't a dating channel, but I do touch upon it because I talk about social stuff. And how's your dating life been here? How's that?
So I'm going to say this, that I'm currently in a relationship now, but it took me 2 years to get into a relationship.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for me meeting my girlfriend, who is not Paisa, by the way, and I have no knock against Paisas, but in general, the mentality here is very different. They're kind of groomed and kind of conditioned to think a certain way, which is unfortunate, and it plays a huge part in the dating here. But I would say this, that for a lot of guys thinking that you're gonna come to Medellín and it's gonna be a cakewalk, you know, oh, I can just wave my blue passport, or because I'm a foreigner, and it doesn't matter where you're from, America, Europe, or whatever, it's not easy. It's just as difficult as dating in your own country.
I agree.
If not harder here. And because we have that stigma as foreigners and, you know, sex tourism, it makes it even harder for us. So the difficult things that I've run into here are, and it's cultural, women are very flaky here. So you got to have a plan A, B, and C, sometimes down to Z. I've had an A, B, and C and had A, B, and C flake all in the same day. So women are extremely flaky here. You have to understand that, to me, just my opinion personally, there is no such thing as a successful long distance relationship.
I agree.
You have to understand, you have needs, she has needs. And if you're away and you're not meeting those needs, she's gonna get those needs met by somebody else. I don't care how many te amos she send you or whatever.
I agree.
She's doing something on the side here. And as I said earlier in this video, or in this interview, we're in the #2 cheating country in Latin America, or probably in the world. So you just do the numbers. You know, the common denominator is gonna be more than likely she's gonna cheat. So other than girls being flaky, I would say that women here are very poor with communication. You may have experienced this yourself. One of the other things that suck here is just people don't like to say no. So if you're coming from the United States, women enjoy we enjoy directness, you know,
Yeah.
yes, no, here, there, at this time, that's it. But here, they'll tell you yes, or you may approach someone, they'll give you the number, and then you text, there's maybe 1 or 2 texts, and then they just go ghost, you know?
Yeah.
Or you may invite someone out, and because they don't want to say no, they maybe not be able to afford it, they'll say yes, and then, oh, something came up, you know,
That's
last
right.
minute. But it's just their culture, and it's part of the adjustment period and learning how to live here. So those have been some of the negative things I've dealt with dating, but as well, the begging culture, you know, and everybody has gotten this. It's almost like your rite to passage here in Medellín. I haven't really dated in other parts of Colombia yet, so I can't compare it. But here, you know, you're going to get a lot of the begging, and it's not just us as foreigners, it's locals as well. I've talked to many Uber drivers, many Colombians. They get begged and hit up for money as well, so it's not just us, so don't feel bad.
That's right. You're a very wise man.
Try to be.
And I agree with you. And it is a challenge because it's like people think they come here, you know, and I think, you know, you can use your Spanish, you have to learn and stuff like that. People think they're going to come here with some broken Spanish and meet the love of their life. And that, yes, that's possible. But I think it's like anywhere else. You're not just going to go on Tinder and be like, hey, I'm some super successful digital nomad and all the girls are going to flock to you. Like if you want to meet like a successful woman, you're going to have to learn a little bit of Spanish. You have to go in nice places, you know, like put yourself together.
And not to cut you off there, the most difficult part, and I'm going to drop some stats here. One of the most difficult parts about dating here in Medellín is that a large amount of the women here come from a one-parent household, which
That's
usually
right.
is a single mother. So a lot of women here don't have fathers in their lives, so they
That's
don't
right.
have the first important relationship they need to have with a man. They usually don't have that because the father, once they get the guys here, usually once they get a girl pregnant, they usually leave. So you have that element of it. 80% of women here it's 80% of women here in Medellín are single mothers. 84% of children here are born out of wedlock. So if you're the type of guy that is looking for a woman without kids, it's not going to be Colombia. If you're looking for a woman with, you know, without a lot of tattoos, it's not going to be Medellín. If you're looking for a woman that, you know, in general has all these things like less than 10 bodies, not a lot of tattoos, isn't a single mom, comes from a 2-parent household, it's going to kind of alleviate a lot of Colombia for you. So there's a reality to it that a lot of guys don't know, and you don't learn until you get here, unfortunately. And it's, you know, it's channels like yours or mine that is, you know, kind of trying to educate guys that, hey, everything you see on social media is, you know, it's not real. There's a difference that Instagram versus reality.
That's right.
Reality is a lot different once you get here and you're living here.
Man, I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
I think that's enough information you just dropped on one podcast.
Okay.
So I appreciate your time. I want
Yeah.
to take up any more time.
For sure.
I appreciate your channel, Passport Graffiti. Please follow this man. He obviously knows a lot in general about life and about Colombia and Medellín. So follow him, please. And yeah, man, I'll keep you posted, and let's
sure.
keep in contact.
For sure.
And like grab a coffee sometime.
For sure. Sounds good.
All right, man.